When I was growing up, there were only 4 television channels. Well, there were 5, but we could never pick up Channel 5 properly. Every evening, I would come home from school and watch CBBC. There was one show that stood out. Julia, Jekyll and Harriet Hyde was a children's television show created by Jeremy Swan and Jim Eldridge, which first aired in 1995. The show tells the story of Julia Jekyll, a highly intelligent pupil of the Rocket Academy played by Olivia Hallinan. She is working on a project to create a delicious new drink, but disaster strikes when 2 school bullies, the notorious Blister Sisters, sabotage her experiment by adding hair growth formula to the concoction. As a result, upon testing her new creation, Julia finds herself uncontrollably transforming into a monstrous creature who she calls
Harriet Hyde.
Over the course of 3 series and 53 episodes, Julia finds herself transforming into Harriet at the most inopportune moments, and many awkward situations and outlandish scenarios ensue. To get an idea of why this show left a lasting impression on me, take a look at this.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
Now look me in the eyes and tell me you aren't just a little bit curious to see more. The last time the show was ever seen on television was in early 2003 on the then brand new CBBC channel. Sadly, the show never received a VHS release, and as of April 2021 has also never been released on DVD or on any streaming platforms. The good news is that the entire series is available to watch almost in its entirety on YouTube and the Internet Archive. Because of this, the show has received something of a renaissance in the Real Xbox Nerds Discord server, where it is regularly discussed and has spawned a deluge of memes. Now, I say the show is available to watch almost in its entirety, because there is one episode that is still unaccounted for. Which Witch is the 12th episode of the 3rd series. The episode apparently sees Julia Jekyll and Harriet Hyde being accused of witchcraft after they are seen flying. There is very little information available about the episode. The only other piece of information we have is a screenshot. The information I have so far suggests that a digital copy of this episode definitely does exist, and that it was likely shared on a long since defunct torrent tracking site sometime in the early 2010s. If you have a copy of this episode in your media collection, please get in touch by @ing me on Twitter @WTL Network. There is a reward for the first person who sends me a digital copy of this episode. To summarise, Julia Jekyll and Harriet Hyde is 53 episodes of insane slapstick, explosions, unexpected musical numbers, and interesting costume design.
Pardon?
If you're a fan of crazy off-the-wall British children's television and you like what you've seen so far, I urge you to give this show a watch. I can assure you, you will not be disappointed.